Lieutenant! What's that light?
It's coming from inside Origin. No, the cries of Mobius. With the sheer ferocity of it. Noah. Mio. So he didn't disappear back then?
Mm-mm. They were inside, with us. Think about it. They're still really the same people.
We were conceived from regret. Sorry. Unlike you, who sprung forth from hope, regret is our be-all and end-all. If only we'd made the right choice. If only things had been different.
Blindly, we never tried to change ourselves, wishing only that the world would instead. We clung to the egotistical dream of being together forever.
But that's only natural. Anyone would wish for that. Nothing to be ashamed of.
Thank you. But now, our prolonged existence here, it only serves to strengthen those within this frozen moment in time, who would keep it thus.
So you see, we have but one choice here.
Stop it! M! Don't do it! We'll think of a way to deal with Mobius!
What you see over there, it's not Zed or Mobius, but a single, intense desire. Your thoughts, they can never affect a desire. But we who embody that very same desire.
You can just stay here! Please, stay! Walk this world with us! We can walk it together!
Noah's right! You've done enough! You don't have to do this! You could finally be here together!
Such kindness. Your eyes, they brim with it. I ask myself, were our eyes the same on that day?
And
Noah, Mio, though we came from different worlds, we were able to leave a life behind.
It was a hope for the future. Our hearts and our dreams intertwined, and we were given the chance to weave new life. And therefore, it's all good.
Believe in yourselves. All of you will certainly reach heights that we were unable to. You guys can surely make it.
You can take our place in the future.
Zed and the other Mobius. They wanted to protect the world too.
That's why they created one they could control. I see where they were coming from.
That's something that we feel almost every day.
Having to change. To continue to change. That's sparking scary.
But we can say this. Even if we are reborn later, right then, what we think and feel that moment is real. To sacrifice that is never the right way.
If you can't be true to yourself, then you're doing something wrong.
Are you content with your decision?
Very soon, the stilled flow of time will restart. You can change your mind if you act now.
You did not just tell us to become Mobius.
Yeah, can you even imagine?
Noah?
Why are you wavering, Noah?
Some want to go on, and some want to stay. In this world, there are so many mingled desires. But does anyone have the right to choose?
Oh, don't you start minding us now. Just having the chance to be born in that world you make, that'll be plenty. So, you know, you just gotta do it your way.
Gondor.
Though if I can, I might want a better name, eh?
Noah, all of us here want the same thing. It's how the future should be.
Yeah. You're right.
The future is right there. Believe in the actions you've taken, in your friends. And above all, you should believe in yourselves.
Well then, the answer's simple.
Noah, come on! Ain't got all day.
Yeah. I know. Right with you. I realized there's something I haven't said yet.
Oh, yeah?
I haven't thanked you.
What's this now?
Thank you for sticking with me. Without you by my side, I'd never have made it here.
Oh, come on. You had to say that?
I'm serious here.
I know you are.
Huh?
Listen, Noah, I feel just the same. Without you, I think my wishes would never have come true.
I see. I guess so.
So I'll say it too. Thank you, Noah. Truly.
We weren't half bad as a team, were we?
Yeah, passable, for sure.
Just passable. I'm sure you meant unsurpassable, right?
Oh, I think I'll let you decide the passing grade, Lancey.
Ah, come on, weirdo.
Guess we won't be working out together anymore.
Yeah. I'm not keeping tabs, but don't you slack off.
I am not gonna slack off. I'll train every day, thinking of you.
Yeah. Same here.
Here,
What's this?
a herbal tea recipe. You have to dry your own leaves. You should manage.
Isn't this kind of pointless?
Pointless?
I mean, if the worlds are gonna drift apart again, this paper won't last.
I considered that, of course. The paper and the ink, it all comes from your world.
And the leaves for the tea. Even those and all.
What do you think?
We'll check you out.
Who am I if not scrupulous?
Who? Well, you're my best bud. Both best, to be exact.
Only fourth? Huh. Wait a minute. There's Noah and Lance. Did she count Joran? Oh, why am I only listing guys? Just chill out, Tyon.
What's up? Is there a problem?
At least put me second or even third. Fourth seems a little harsh.
I'll think about it.
Banana!
It is time.
Guess this is goodbye.
Yeah. Still, even if we're worlds apart, I swear I won't.
I won't let go. Not ever. I'll always be with you. Our feelings forever interlinked.
Wherever we are.
Yeah. Wherever we are.
Our worlds in their current states are still young. If in passing, they do themselves harm, I suppose even then they cannot but carry on.
Still, I have faith. Even if now we become separated for a time, one day we'll surely get to walk hand in hand again.
Everyone, thank you.
I will see you soon then.
I see you peacefully, you're in your dreams. Everything seems calm and free. I know if we want this warmth to last forever again, let's go back to that moment of death. I see you smile.
One day, I'll come see you. I promise.
Me too! One day! I promise!
This is the truth of our world. Memories melt in the morning light, and then a new day begins. Roads stretch out before us. So many paths. Which do you choose? That's up to you. Sometimes you might run astray. You'll stop, maybe cry in frustration. But you know, that's all right. For the roads, they go on without end. So look up, face forward, toward your chosen horizon, and just walk on.
Not me crying. 1 second. Okay. Wow, I didn't think they were actually gonna separate them in the end. That's why I started to cry. Yeah, but I guess... So the people of Kves were from Shulk's universe, and then the people from Agnes were from Rex's universe. It makes sense, because not only is Mio a flesh eater, yeah. Both Senna and Taion have a blade core. So I guess that made sense. Oh, it was cute. We also got to see Poppy. One thing, okay. So I did mention in a couple episodes ago that I got spoiled on something. And that something was the photo that they showed of Rex and the rest of the main cast. And not only do I hate Xenoblade 2, I really did not think I could hate Xenoblade 2 and Rex any more than I already do. And in that picture, oh my god, Mythra, Pyra, and Nia are all holding babies, with Rex standing behind them. I hate Rex so much. I hate Xenoblade 2. God damn it, okay. Oh man. I love this game. This game is so good. I think, yeah. Out of the trilogy, this is my favorite Xenoblade game. I still love Xenoblade Chronicles X with my whole heart. I think that one will still remain my number one Xenoblade game though, but Xenoblade 3 was so good. I just love the cast. I love the... I'm gonna cry. I can't believe I'm done with the main story. There's still post-game, so I'm glad for that, but... Oh man, I can't believe it. I love the Noah and Mio's relationship, and I do like the way that they... At first I was a bit unsure about how I felt about N and M, but I think now that I understand the story a little bit more, it makes sense. It makes a little bit more sense. So I do really like... I won't say I really like the concept of M and M, but I do appreciate it a bit more. And oh my god, I actually... I feel like I did see a spoiler where Mio and Noah kissed. I feel like I swear I saw that spoiler, but I tried my best to forget about it. But oh my god, they did kiss, and I was like, ah! I was squealing. Oh man, yeah, I really do like everyone's relationship with each other. I really, just the way they indulged in the cast this game, felt like they put so much work into it. The side quests especially. The side quests really also brought out a lot of their personalities. Can you hear my voice breaking? They also brought like a lot more to their personalities than the other games, where Xenoblade 2, I just could not go with the cast like at all. Like no, I really did not think... I still think Xenoblade X side quests are a little more superior, but these Xenoblade 3 quests were so good. I feel like you can take out some quests in Xenoblade 1 without it really affecting anything. But here I almost feel like almost every quest I did contributed something to the characters. And I actually, like, if you were to ask me, like, hey, which side quest could I skip out on? I would actually have a very hard time figuring out which ones, honestly. Like actually. I really think that the side quests really helped with, like, world building and understanding, like, colony relationships with each other, or, like, colony... just how the colonies work within themselves in general. Man, this game is great. Talking about world environment, beautiful. I think the world was great. I really wish it was a little bit more easier to travel through, like, at least the map selection, but it's whatever. The gameplay. Okay, so this gameplay definitely a lot better than Xenoblade 2 in my opinion. I still am gonna stand by the fact that I prefer the art palette arrangement of Xenoblade 1 and Xenoblade X, just because I think it made it a little more clear what each art role was, and how you're supposed to use them. With this art palette style, it's the same as Xenoblade 2, but it takes on a very different role. Adding that additional second palette is nice. I like that they kept that, bringing that in from 1 and X. However, the fact that I feel like the colors that they used to assign to the arts helped me understand the way they're supposed to work. So when it came to fusion arts, I did a lot of experimenting, but I just could not for the life of me figure out too many of, like, the best combinations. I did figure out ones that I really did like, but I think if I just had that color role understanding, I wouldn't have had to kind of experiment around as much as I did. I could have been able to come to much better conclusions if I was given that hint, basically. If any of this makes sense. Really, you're only going to understand what I'm saying if you played any of the other Xenoblade games. I do really like the whole hero class role switching. I was actually a bit, I remember when we very first started the game, I wasn't sure about the whole, like, changing classes, because I was like, well, the game is actually taking into the fact that everyone's roles is an important part of their character. Like, the healers and the defenders and attackers, they make it a part of their character. So when you switch that out, I was really nervous about how they were going to take that out. But I think it was as we ended up getting more heroes and people learning each other's arts, I think it just added a whole other layer and element to the gameplay that I actually really, really enjoyed. And now I don't even care that they don't stick to their, like, true roles. Like, I actually really enjoy the mix and matching, especially, you know, like, obviously some class roles are going to work better on certain characters. Like, attackers are obviously going to work best on Senna and Noah. Defenders are going to work best on Lance and Mio, and healers are going to work best on Tyon and Uni, but that's not... You can still make a good team work despite those facts, which I think is still pretty interesting. Like you saw, I changed everyone's roles very consistently throughout my playthrough, and I never once really thought I had any issues with it, and I still had fun. So I really like that about the gameplay. I just wish, you know, I just wish they had that color role art thing in place. But other than that, I enjoyed it. The food was kind of... I didn't really use food at all very much in this game, only when grinding, and I didn't really grind too much that I really did much food. So I think I would have liked to see a little bit more effects on food for, like, attack, like what they did in Xenoblade 2. That's something from Xenoblade 2 that I actually do wish that they brought in, was, like, the food effects, because I'm thinking, like, you know, not everyone is like me and likes to grind, so they may just want that little extra oomph for when they're fighting a monster. But yeah, I am so glad that we can craft gems again. I enjoy gem crafting a lot. As someone who loves RPGs, I just love the idea of augments and gems and little extras to it. So that's my opinion. I don't know. I love this game so much. I don't have too many bad things to say about it. I think I still feel like the N and M storyline is a little clunky. Xenoblade storylines are kind of clunky the first time around, and anyways, I feel like you don't truly understand until maybe your second or third read through. So that's something, but I feel like Japan or Japanese storylines kind of all go like that in a way. At least it's not that hard to follow. I still feel like I understand everything. It's just on first impression, I'm like, but I did end up liking Console N and M's resolve in the end, so that's fine. And is this the end of the credits? Are we gonna get another scene? I still have more I want to say.
Oh.
Noah! What are you doing, man? They'll start the fireworks without us.
Get a move on already, or all the good spots will be taken.
Exactly, so come on, move it!
Sorry, I zoned out for a sec. I'm coming.
What was that? Was that a reborn Noah, or is that Noah from his 10-year that we saw in the very beginning? This is a continuation from the cutscene we saw in the beginning. But the question is, when does this take place? Okay. I'm gonna check to see if there's anything else after this little loading screen before I continue on with my thoughts. I don't want to interrupt myself. Other than just, I have a lot of pros about this game and not very many cons. I love this game. I really like the heroes in this game. I don't think there's a single hero that I dislike or don't care about. They definitely did well with building just most of the heroes themselves by adding them to side quests, which is really great. That's something I also really liked what they did in Xenoblade X, when you can get other playable characters and they have multiple affinity missions, which I'm glad they carried that over here as well. They kind of did that in Xenoblade too, but I feel like those quests weren't really as enjoyable or entertaining as the ones in X, and definitely Xenoblade 3 did them better. Wow. I think the only negative thing I have to say is, why did they make Jansen fall in love with Monica? That bothers me so much. Oh god, I don't want the TV to turn off. Why is this loading screen so long? I don't know if I really talked about my feelings about Jansen and Monica in Monica's hero quest line, but that was kind of weird and I didn't like it. But that was the only thing that I was like, oh Japan. Oh Japan. Oh Japan. Oh my god. I just keep talking. I don't want to interrupt myself. Oh, there we go. Oh. Or not? Okay, anyways. Maybe I will say something. I don't have much to complain about the characters. I really don't think there's any character that I don't think worked well for me. Everyone I think works well. I think maybe a little bit, okay, I keep saying maybe. I would have liked if maybe they had separate quests, like just a side quest involving Noah and Mio, and then another quest that revolves around Uni and Tyon, and then another one that revolves around Lance and Senna. Just maybe like a little more closer into how they work together. Obviously, like, you can already assume their relationship, and they did show us quite enough that I still like them together, but maybe just that little extra oomph maybe to add on to the character parts. I mean, you already know everyone works well. And I have to read this. Setting levels at rest spots. You can now use a level up function at rest spots to lower your character's levels as well. Doing so will net you bonus EXP for any levels you choose to give up. Hero accessories. You can set your hero's accessories from character accessories in the main menu. Good, because before we actually weren't able to do this, we were stuck with their like default accessories. Special weapons. Oh, I did not expect Noah to just yeet his sword off the cliff. Did he actually hate his sword that much, or did he see it as more like putting down the job or something? And here we have the Monado. These can be equipped from clothing attachments to give your weapon a very special appearance. Enable class, usable class sword fighter only. Yes, I will save. Save over my grinding spot.
It's good to keep a record.
Wow. There's proof I was in hard mode, everyone.
Rises, my lingering memories fade.
No!
I no longer see your silhouette. It's too far gone into the haze. But hey, it's all right. I won't forget you. Not until we can meet again. I swear it.
And that will be the end of this episode. Okay. Yeah, I think I will... Oh my god, the title screen. Okay, I will just finish any last thoughts I have here, and then that will be the end. But, yeah, Noah's sword. Him throwing it off, I really didn't expect him to do that. I'm sure that was him seeing it as, like, putting the job down. Like, he doesn't need his sword anymore. They don't need to fight anymore. I think that's maybe what they're taking it as. Oh my god, the logo is so nice. Zed. In the end, Zed was just another villain. He didn't have too much... Okay, here's another thing. Maybe I would like to see... I think the best that they did this with was probably Zanza in Xenoblade 1, where they try to show you a little bit more of the villain side. They kind of did that here by saying, like, Zed just wanted to create a world that they could control, so that way their worlds wouldn't get destroyed. And Noah recognized that too, but I feel like it was still hard for me to like get on. Not like hard for me to get on with, but I was like, I think there needs to be a little more underlying explanation underneath that. So maybe a little, not so much sympathy for the villain, but a little more detail, I think could have worked. I definitely need to go over the story one more time before I say too much. I was gonna say some things about Mobius. Like, some of the Mobiuses were kind of like very forgettable. You probably realized, but towards the end I'm just like, which Mobius was this again? Where did we see this Mobius? But yeah, a lot of them were very forgettable, but they did work in the instances they were used, because they mostly showed up in hero quests. So I think they do work for those storylines, and they don't really show up ever again. So that's quite nice. But because that they show so many Mobiuses, that by the time I'm in the main story, like if you followed the same path I did, you're gonna forget who certain Mobiuses are. So there's that to take into consideration. And yeah, wow, I'm just so... I feel like I have so much more I want to say, but at the same time, like, what can I say? Like, little things. I really love how they handled the Soul Tree, like the Ouroboros as well. A very, very interesting part of the game. I do wish that it was slightly different. As you saw, it's mostly me spamming arts most of the time. I do wish they made it a little more nice. Like maybe like I want to compare it to Overdrive in Xenoblade X. How basically you go to Overdrive and you spam arts, and then that's basically what Ouroboros was kind of like. So I guess if I think about it, they're very similar. So I don't know. I wouldn't know what else they could do better without it being like a new, entirely different idea that's not not already existing in Xenoblade. So I guess that Overdrive element was pretty nice. This might just be me coping. But as you've noticed, I've been trying to bring in lots of parallels to Xenoblade X. This is me coping and hoping that Monolith still cares about that game. Please. Yeah. That's how I'm taking Ouroboros as, oh, they took it from Overdrive of Xenoblade X. That probably may or may not be the case, but I want to believe that because I still consider Xenoblade X part of the Xenoblade Chronicles. It literally is part of Xenoblade Chronicles. Like, it should be recognized more. So I think I want to make that parallel. Oh no, I really want to say more, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, what do I say? I'm really glad there's a post-game though. Oh god, before video games had post-games, I really do not like open-ended endings. I hate them so much. So the fact that we actually get a post-game storyline, I'm like, holy thank goodness. I would be so upset if this is where the story ended and then these guys just never see each other again. Or as Mia was saying, she's like, I'm forgetting about you, Noah. And I'm like, no, I don't want it to end like that. Okay. Man, look at, have the blade and all rest. Is that all rest? I don't know. Oh, I would have also, I'm hoping in post game, I don't know if they'll actually do this, but I really hope Nia and Melia bring up their parties in the games, like their friends from their games, respective games. That would be really nice. I would actually, oh god, ah! I'm like hitting stuff because I'm so aggressive. I'm like talking with my hands. I love this game. I do really like the way that they connected Xenoblade 3 to the previous games. I did mention at one point in my playthrough that I did not like the way Xenoblade 2 connected to Xenoblade 1. Here in Xenoblade 3, I can forgive it in Xenoblade 2. I think I just didn't really like the fact that Xenoblade 2 tried too hard to mirror the connection to Xenoblade 1, whereas in Xenoblade 3, it almost feels like that they purposely try to separate them, which I think it works much better. I really think Xenoblade 2 and Xenoblade 1 didn't have to connect at all. Honestly, they could have just been their own thing. And that's what it almost feels like here in Xenoblade 3, but yeah. I'm just so glad that this game came out and they went with this storyline and they went with this cast. So yeah, I guess that's really not much I can say. I commented about the characters, I commented what I thought about the story, did or didn't work, I commented about the gameplay, I talked about possibilities, I talked about possible changes, I talked about comparisons. Yeah, I think that's maybe all I'm gonna say for now. If I do have any more to say, I will for sure mention it when I actually start post-game. But with that said, I probably give me some time off from Xenoblade Chronicles 3 for me to do some grinding for post-game, and I will probably, oh, if you guys have or have not been watching, I am also doing Soul Hackers 2. I took a break from that so I could actually try to finish and catch up on Xenoblade 3, and then now that Xenoblade 3 is, at least the main story is done, I can take it a bit easy with post-game. So I'll be focusing a little bit more on Soul Hackers 2, and then hopefully by January, when Fire Emblem Engage comes out, I will be doing a playthrough on that. So that's just my plans for where this channel is going now that Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is technically over. For sure, I'm going to be posting post-game. Just give me a few days. So you're probably just going to be filled with Soul Hacker 2 content for a bit, which I'm trying a new formula with that playthrough and streaming it on Twitch. So if you want to catch that live, it's twitch.tv/Crypta_Agate if you want to catch that live. If not, I will be uploading that VOD here in little episodes. But that's just a new formula I'm trying because I'm really not good at managing streaming and recording at the same time. And I am going to be starting my first full-time job soon, so I don't think I can manage both, plus my second channel. And I also do so much other stuff with my second channel, or that I want to do with my second channel, which has been put on hold because of the attention I'm putting to Xenoblade 3, my gameplay channel. So if I can manage that a little better, I'll just experiment, but yeah. I hope you'll stick around for when I do post-game, and also for sure when DLC Waves 3 and 4 come out, I will also be doing videos on those when they come out in the future. They'll just be added on to this playthrough. They're not going to be their own separate thing, so they'll still be part of this, like episode 100 something. But yeah, thank you for joining me on this story of Xenoblade Chronicles 3. This is not the end, but I feel like it's also the end because it's the end of the main story. But that scene where they're all trying to run to each other, really, that's where I like almost started crying. Well, I did cry, not almost. I did start crying because I was like, oh my god, despite the fact that they know that they shouldn't, they still want to. So, oh man. I love this cast. Yeah, that's it. that's all I'm gonna say for now. Thank you so much for joining me on this, and I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I was entertaining enough. I know I was very reserved in the very beginning, because when I first started this channel, I was still playing Xenoblade 3, and it was my very first time talking to myself. Well, recording-wise, I talk to myself a lot because I'm weird, but I am a lot more comfortable now, and I hope I have the energy and that I'm interesting to listen to now. I've gotten some very nice comments from some of you as this playthrough has gone on, so I really appreciate that. And thank you for everyone who spent the time to watch my videos, even if it was just for a minute. I still appreciate it. And I hope to see you all in the future for other future gameplays. I will always be focusing mostly on RPGs. Those are the type of video games I like to play. So if you want to recommend me something that I'll love around the same as Xenoblade Chronicles 3, please let me know and maybe I'll give it a shot. So thank you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you in the next video. Bye.